I'm Harish Mamtani, founder of Recordant. Most of my career has been in the US in the wealth management industry.
Hi, I'm Vinny Patro, co-founder and CEO at Recordant. I'm a fourth-time entrepreneur. My first entrepreneurship was in the social NGO in 2007, and 2009-11 I went to IIM Calcutta for my masters, and post that I co-founded two startups. 2017 I had an interesting opportunity to work with the government of Andhra Pradesh to set up and run two important organizations for the government. One was to increase the employment of the state. Another organization was to create a startup ecosystem and innovation policy for the state of AP.
In 2012, I came to India to run an NBFC for one of my clients. This NBFC was lending money to budget private schools with the idea to improve the quality of education. As I visited many schools during this time, I saw that not much had changed in the quality of education in the 3 decades I've been out of India. Although we'd been reading a lot about the quality of education, this first-hand experience really got to me. And due to some very personal reasons, I decided to focus on the quality of education in India. We acquired our first school in Hyderabad in 2013. In 2015, we added 2 more schools, all in the budget segment. As we were running these schools, we started facing severe cash flow issues. The reason being that only 30 to 40% of the parents were paying their fees on time. As I inquired from the team and speaking with the parents about the collection issues, I realized that many of the parents were not getting paid on time or themselves were facing collection issues at their businesses, thus not able to pay the school fees on time. This is clearly a vicious cycle that we all must address. The amount of time that goes into collection is just inordinate. The idea came to build a credit bureau for non-banking transactions, meaning that businesses can submit their invoices owed to them by their customers, and as their customers make their payments on time, they build their own credit rating. We launched Recordant in March 2020, and soon thereafter COVID hit. Certainly it's been a challenging environment, and we've been able to manage through it by building a really good team and scaling the business during this time.
It looked like this is a problem that has been sort of really not solved, and it's fairly a large problem where it is to help businesses reduce delayed payments and reduce the risk on the credits that is offered. Almost every second business in the country faces the challenge of delayed payments. So after deep diving into this whole of the size of the market and the opportunity and the impact that it can create, I think I made a decision to join hands with Harish, and we both sort of came together in 2019 for Recordant. So since then, I think it was an interesting journey. Quickly about Recordant. So Recordant today is a online tech platform for businesses to reduce their credit risk, and we offer 3 products as we speak. One is businesses can avail collections, tech-enabled collections on the credits they offer to their buyers. 2 is that businesses can buy credit reports of the buyers before they make a decision on offering the credit. 3, we also partnered with a third-party aggregator to provide insurance again as a credit offer to the buyers. So that's credit insurance. So as on date, this is what a Recordant is. So the differentiating factor here is that the delayed payments challenge, the problem is being tackled at the root cause level. That is what Recordant is, and that's the differentiating factor. What is the root cause for most of the delayed payments is that a seller does not know the payment behavior of the buyer when offering credit, and that becomes a root cause for all the delayed payments. So if you look at the buyer who takes a credit, he doesn't pay back in time, or he pays late, and sometimes it gets default, and seller has no options and to sort of deal with it in a better way, and sellers had to face bad cash flow issues, and which in fact troubles the entire ecosystem, because they don't pay their vendors, they don't pay the salaries to their teams and so on, so otherwise they end up taking up loans and all of that. I think it's the case with many SMEs in the country. So the way the Recordant is solving the problem is to build a data repository of B2B payments, which no one is doing in the country today. The credit bureaus are limited to only capturing the loan repayments and credit card repayments. So whereas Recordant is focused on completely B2B payments and B2C payments, and basically a payment behavior or a payment transactions between a sellers and buyers. And that data we would make available for sellers in the future to make the decisions in a more informed manner for whenever they want to offer credit. So that's a key differentiating factor. So the traction today, we stand at about 10,000 plus businesses in our network, which includes both sellers and buyers. That's been sort of achieved in the last 9 months. So coming to the sort of future plans, I think the idea is to make sure that we offer all types of credit risk products through the platform. So for different businesses, there are different sort of pain points, and for different businesses, there are different ways to sort of deal with credit risk itself. There are businesses who are using our platform for collections to reduce the the credit the risk around the credit they offer. Then there are businesses where we are offering TCI, which is credit insurance, and then itself the insights before making decision making, which is credit reports. I think the one that we're going to launch very soon is also financing options or invoice discounting. Again, that also sort of reduces your risk.
One of the major issues we faced was opening up bank accounts during this time. In that time, we got in touch with the Open team, and they were able to help us open the account remotely. As we started using the Open platform, we've been really impressed with the comprehensive nature of the platform. Today, we're using Open as a collaborative tool for all our accounting functions, meaning that our team all works on Open platform for payroll, invoicing, and collections. We've been really inspired by the value proposition offered by the Open platform. In fact, we're using some of those learnings in building our own platform. We're looking forward to growing together with the Open team.